Good morning, Joe Deary, Powerful Improvements, Putnam, Connecticut. It is Sunday morning and it's about 146 degrees out here. So we're not washing today. I'm doing a few little maintenance things on the rig, cleaning some things up, replumbing a couple little details, discontinuing a couple things, etc. What I want to show you guys today is that I got some new Davis shooter tip J-rod holders. These are sweet. This one is stainless steel, 2-banger. This I'm going to set up for my soft wash. This is a beautiful, nicely machined, came with the nipples. Okay, I think you can get them with and without. Kyle sent them to me with the nipples. And I also got an aluminum 3-banger. This thing is beautiful. This is going to get set up for my downstreaming. I'm going to show you what I'm going to put together on this. Again, came with nipples. I have two sizes of shooter tips. I have the 4 to 8. This is an older one. I had this from last season. I'm going to try to set this up on my soft wash 2-banger, and we're going to see how that works. We're going to do a little testing after. And then I also bought the 8 gallon per minute. You can see, or excuse me, 10 to 12 gallon per minute. You can see that's a big orifice on there. My machine is an 8 gallon. I went with the 10 to 12. It still puts up a lot of soap, really high, nice tight stream, and that one's going to go on my 3-banger. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to put together here momentarily, but I highly recommend these. I don't do this very often, but there will be a link in the description below if you want to go check Davis shooter tip out and purchase these. Again, highly recommend them. Kyle runs a great company. I also have Kyle's Downstream injector, all stainless, with a check valve, and this thing's been pulling soap like crazy. No issues. You guys know that I very seldom rinse anything, and I've had 0 issues, not even very few issues, no issues at all with this. So that's a wonderful setup too. Again, highly recommend that Davis shooter tip injector setup. Go check his website out. Link is in the description. Okay, I'll show you what I'm building here. Okay, now for ease of operation, I've thread taped everything ahead of time instead of doing one at a time. And we're going to start some assembly. All right, here's our first one. This is the stainless one, all stainless fittings, stainless quick release here, aluminum Davis shooter tip. This is the 4 to 8 gallon shooter tip. I intend to try this with my soft wash. Okay, it also works with my downstreamer. This will still pull soap with your 8 gallon. Okay, even though it's size smaller, it still pulls soap. It will put things up just slightly higher because it does generate more pressure. Also, you get a little bit more slap out of a smaller nozzle, hence why I've been using the 3 to 7 gallon M5 versus the 8 gallon M5. It does still pull the same amount of soap. I've done draw testing, works just as well, and hits with a little bit more slap. So I also have from last season a 2 to 3 gallon M5 that I did use on my roof pump a little bit for soft washing, roof washing, and we're going to try that in here. This is why there's a quick release on here, so I can switch between what I want. If I want to use this for roof washing and I want to use this smaller gallon per minute M5, the 2 to 3, I can link it in there. If I want to use it for downstreaming and put in the larger M5, I can link that in there, or any other tip I choose. But we're going to try that one here in a few minutes. We're going to do some testing and measuring and see what kind of distance we get. But that's the stainless steel 2-banger ready to go. Okay, and here's my 3-banger all built. So I took the quick connect fitting off of the M5 and put in this little brass tube. I did the same thing on my other setup, okay, previously. I like it like that. This is not going to be coming on and off. This is permanent. I have a quick release here so I can swap things in and out. A lot of times I like to run the X-Jet, this is the X-Jet, as a rinse tool. So if I have a job where I know I'm going to be using the X-Jet as a rinse tool to hit my 2nd story gutters or whatever, I can just quick connect this right in here, which I probably can't do with one hand. Let me try. There we go. Look at that beautiful thing. All right. It's a little weighty. I don't want to hear about it. Okay. You guys that are carrying this around on your gun all day. I do not. That thing weighs more than this does combined. Anyway, occasionally I will be sticking this X-Jet on here to use as a rinse tool. And this is going to be called Neptune's Trident, God of Water, right? So this thing is going to rip. But, you know, if I'm not using it, it comes right out. And we got the regular, you know, 10-gallon Davis tip. I got the 3 to 7 gallon M5 because it puts down a little more slap and does draw just as much soap. And this is going to be sweet. So we're going to set up the machine here in a minute and do a little bit of distance testing and see what we get out of these things. All right, so I've set up my little test here. I got my Lufkin wheel and I measured out from this orange stake. The first cone is 30 feet. The second cone is 45, and then you probably can't see on the ground there is an orange stake like this one at 55 feet. And this is the Remco 5.3 gallon per minute pump at 60 PSI with the Davis 4 to 8 gallon per minute tip on it. And we're going to compare this against the shorty shooter tip that I usually use. And I'm going to spray this side of the cones first. Oh yeah, close. I'm about between the 30 and the 40 mark. So that's a solid 35, 36 feet. Nice consistency. We like that. So now I'm going to put on the Russ Johnson shorty shooter tip there, and we'll see what we get on the other side of the cones. All right, this has been a most reliable setup for me. I've been using this setup right here for 3 seasons, and we're going to try the other side of the cones with this tip. I would say we got right about the same. Yeah, right in that same range. If it's any further, it's minimal. Oh, maybe a hair. I would say that's pretty much exactly the same. So that's good news. I like it. Okay, also noteworthy today is that I hacked this thing out, got rid of it, and we spliced in a gray 1/2-inch barb with PEX clamps. Much cleaner. Hopefully I have less issues. This thing would open up on me occasionally and was disastrous. All right, let's do our pressure washer test. So this is Neptune's Trident. We got the 10-gallon per minute shooter tip on there. And we're going to easily get past that second cone. Oh yeah. We're way beyond the third bar I put down there. And this is why I pressure wash or soft wash instead of 12 volting. The distance I can get here is tremendously different. Got a little wind coming in. I don't know if you can see it in the trees, a little blowback here. Let that go away for a sec. Trees are blowing all around. Refreshing though. Yeah, we're still shooting right in the wind. I'm past that second cone easily though. There we go. Yeah, and I'm way down there on that third bar. No problem. Pretty straight too. I don't even have a lot of angle going here. So now walk with me. I'll show you the distance so you can believe it. 0. We'll get down there kind of quickly so you don't get too bored. Now you can see right there, that is 55 feet, and I got a lot of moisture here with the wind, so we could probably even get a little bit further. I'm at 59 here, and I've got some decent saturation, so I'd say 55, 60 feet very realistic with that 10 gallon per minute shooter. Let's put the 6 gallon or 4 to 8 gallon per minute shooter on the pressure washer and see what we get. All right, that's the 4 to 8 gallon per minute shooter. I got some wind going on here. I really don't feel like I'm getting much more distance here. Right about in the same spot, but I do feel the difference in pressure in my hand. Definitely has more slap. So if you're trying to clean off your gutter faces or whatever it is, anything close enough, it's going to do well with pressure. Step down one size on the tip and you get a little more slap. But again, I'm saturating all over that area. We're going to take a quick measurement down there again. And you can see that it's not going to be runoff. Let's go take a look. Zeroed out. Try not to let you get too bored. And we are right down in this area here. That is 62 feet. So 62 feet. That's great distance, brother. Okay, also I discontinued my little downstreaming proportioner. So I'm going to be drawing straight SH going forward for a while. No soap at all in the SH, just SH. This valve right here turns flow to the injector off, on and off. This valve right here selects whether I'm SH or water so I can rinse the injector, okay? Right now it's set on water. Hopefully I'll remember on Monday to turn it back to SH before we get started. But that's gonna be the setup moving forward. And if you guys watch me for more than a minute, you know everything is subject to change, but that's what we're doing. You guys follow up with me on Monday to check out the new equipment in action. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and try not to melt.